Ladies and gentlemen, it's about dang time I make a video on my thoughts when it comes to Meet Kevin selling everything, literally everything, all his stocks, all his ETFs, even though he probably didn't even own any ETFs, maybe mutual funds. Did he own any mutual funds? If he did, he probably sold those as well. So I'm going to break down my thoughts on this and my honest opinions, and by no means am I bashing Meet Kevin. I don't hate the guy. The guy has a lot of money. He has more money than me, more subscribers, so I really can't hate on him, but I can criticize him. I definitely can criticize him, and that's what we're going to be doing in this video. So if you guys find value, hit the like button, drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and I am a little bit late on this topic. I probably should have made this video about 2 weeks ago when he actually made his video. You guys can see it right here. Why I sold stocks and crypto, a $20 million stock market bet. I probably should have made the video about 2 weeks ago, but better late than never, right? You guys have heard that saying. So what did Meet Kevin do? Obviously, he sold everything. He had a portfolio of $20 million, mostly comprised of companies that were unprofitable, at least from my understanding. I don't watch all his videos. I do watch some of his videos, some of his live streams. You guys can see here the little red bar on the bottom of the video that shows, what I've watched in terms of his videos. So I don't watch a lot of his videos, but I do have an understanding. He had a lot of money in Tesla, a massive position in Tesla, made a lot of money there, probably 1,000%, maybe even more than that. And he had a lot of money in companies like, Peloton. We'll talk about that in a little bit. He had money in, I believe, companies like, Enphase, money in companies like Google, even though Google is not unprofitable. That's a beast. I freaking love Google. I've been buying that stock myself. But he had a lot of money in these pandemic stocks, right? The stocks that did extraordinarily well. Companies like, what's another one? Stitch or Stitch Fix, whatever the heck it's called. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Not trying to go too deep into that. And overall, he sold literally everything, all of his positions, right? Because of the Fed and his belief in terms of the Fed raising rates. They're not going to be able to, fight inflation. They're not, I think the term he uses is the Fed, the wind is not on our back, or when it comes to the Fed's fighting us or something like that. And you don't want to fight the Fed when it comes to the stock market. That's kind of his perspective, which I do agree with to an extent. I wouldn't sell everything because of the Fed. I think Peter Lynch and Warren Buffett talk about how they don't make decisions on the Fed when it comes to their investments. They just buy stocks they believe in for the long term. Forget what the Fed says. That's kind of the Peter Lynch, Warren Buffett perspective, and I kind of agree with that. I'm not selling stocks because of the Fed. I am being a little bit more cautious, but I'm not selling everything, right? And that's exactly what he did because of the Fed, right? He had probably a moment of fear. Maybe he panicked. He sold everything. And I believe that's a very, very risky move. And I've talked about this all the time. Timing the market is difficult. Time in the market is the best thing. It's the cliche saying. You guys all know it. Time in the market is better than timing the market. I think it's difficult, especially from a long-term investing perspective, to try and get in and out, time the market, try and time the Fed meetings from a long-term investing perspective. That's difficult, right? From a trading perspective, it's a little bit different. The strategy is a little bit different there. And that's another thing about Meet Kevin, right? We always thought, well, at least he portrayed as being a long-term investor only. And I haven't talked about this, guys, but I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I can read people, guys. I'm pretty smart, right? Not to toot my own horn. I don't want to sound like an arrogant piece of you-know-what. But I could tell months ago, a year ago, that Kevin was kind of like flip-flopping, going into this stock, and then 2 weeks later, he sold out of it. I remember he made a video about Peloton, buying the dip on Peloton when it was crashing, and I was just face-palming watching these videos or just hearing about it. I'm like, come on, man, Peloton. I feel like he bought literally every pandemic stock, right? And he literally sold out of all of them. And that's just what's making a lot of people mad at this point, because he was preaching buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, but then all of a sudden he's selling. He's selling everything. And yes, he can do what he wants, guys. He has $20 million, multimillionaire. He can literally do whatever he wants with his money. America is a free country, right? The USA, the beautiful thing about it is we can do whatever we want for the most part, within reason, obviously, right? And he could do that. But the thing is, the guy has 1.8 million subscribers. Most people, a lot of people watching his channel, they're going to act irrationally based on what he ends up doing. So if he sells all his stocks, he's going to persuade a lot of people that don't know any better to sell out of all their stocks or dump a lot of their stocks. And that puts a lot of people in a bad position, especially in a downwards market, because the last thing you want to really do at the end of the day, if you're a long-term investor, is panic sell in a downwards market. And I feel like that's what he made a lot of people do. A lot of the noobs, if you will, people that maybe haven't been in the markets for a while. So that's a problem I have. I'm not going to lie, guys. That is something that I don't want to say completely pissed me off. I wanted to go beat Meet Kevin up, right? No, nothing like that. But it kind of did tick me off a little bit. I'm like, come on, man. You're setting a bad example for all these new investors, even intermediate investors, by just dumping out of everything, because timing the market is not a long-term effective strategy. If you want to have wealth 10, 20, 30 years from now, you have to buy ETFs, you have to buy index funds, and you have to buy good quality individual stocks, or you can just buy index funds. If you like just doing that, the simple approach, go for it. But in my opinion, individual stocks are great as well if you pick the right ones. And the fact that he's, showing his behavior in terms of showing this behavior of, selling out, it's not good for the overall community. And again, I'm not hating. The guy has a lot of money. He has a lot of subscribers. He's done a lot for the YouTube finance community, which I'm clearly in. I'm a very small channel compared to him. I only have 25,000 subscribers. Yeah. That's pretty much it, guys. This guy is he's flip-flopping a lot. He's flip-flopping a lot, and I realized that a while ago, and that's I've been really cautious. I used to not that I used to watch his videos all the time. I keep track with a lot of these YouTube finance people just to be in touch with the community, right? And I realized that he's been doing this for a while, right? Buying stocks, dumping out of stocks, saying he's long-term, saying he's short-term. If you're a short-term trader, own it. Just say it. You're a short-term trader. If you're both a long-term investor or a short-term trader, if you do both like myself, and you're transparent with what moves you're making, losses, investments, go for it. But I feel like he was, the whole premise of his channel was he's a long-term investor. He's diamond handing. He's with the retail people, retail investors like you and I. And then all of a sudden, it switched. He sold. He turned his back, in other words, on his audience, and a lot of people got freaking pissed about it. So that's pretty much it, guys. I don't know what else to say. I mean, we're about 8 minutes and 30 seconds in. I don't hate the guy. I just wish he was more transparent from the get-go in terms of, his. I don't want to say he was a fraud or anything like that, but I just wish he would have said, yes, this Peloton move is a trade, because one day he said it's a trade, the next day it's an investment, or he said it was an investment, and then all of a sudden he sold it 2 weeks later. If you make an investment, guys, on a stock that's tanking and you believe in it for 3-5 years out, you don't just panic sell it 2 weeks later. I mean, that's just so stupid. I mean, it's so dumb. And the fact that he bought Peloton was stupid as heck anyway. I was talking about Peloton a year ago that the company was trash. It was definitely going to go down. I should have shorted the stock. I didn't. But I ended up being right. And he was buying this company. And that's like me. I just started buying Facebook, right? I've been buying more Google on the dip here. That's like me. PayPal as well. That's like me. I bought Facebook a week ago on the dip, now that it's down 40%. And that's like me now being like, oh, I'm out of Facebook, guys. I'm selling it. It's just kind of stupid, man, So that's it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. That is my response to Meet Kevin. Again, I'm not bashing the dude. He's doing great. He has a lot of money, a lot of subscribers. But I think he underestimates his influence. Let's just put it that way. He underestimates his influence. And the last thing I want for you and for all the viewers out there watching this and watching him, obviously a lot more people watch him than watch me. The last thing I want you guys for you guys to happen is, you buy stocks, they go down a little bit, you panic, you sell out, oh, the stock market sucks, it's a scam, and then you don't invest forever. That's what I do not want to happen. I don't want that to happen to you guys. So keep that in mind. Invest for the long term. If you do want to trade, you can trade as well, but have most of your money, in my opinion, it's smart to have a foundation, a strong long-term foundation of stocks, ETFs, and then you can trade around it. That's what I've been saying. I've been saying that for years on my channel, and that's what I personally do. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content for me, morning videos, market updates, stock videos. This is a great channel for you. Subscribe, and make sure to get your 5 stocks from Moo. Link down below. It's free money, guys. All you have to do is use that link, deposit $100, and we each could get 5 stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.